I mean, I have never seen a Grasta house like this so far. It is surcharged with devotion. Very beautiful. Tomorrow morning we will have morning program there. We're staying just near to their house. And this place is impeccably clean. I cannot say, tell you, this culture in Uzbekistan, I am completely stunned to see the cleanliness level here. Impeccable. Everything is so, spotlessly clean. Mode of goodness is there because of the cleanliness. We visited one or two historic sites also. Thousands and thousands of visitors are there, but it is so clean. Everything is so impeccably clean. The room where I am staying, if I can show you, it is such a beautiful room. Complete carpet is there, wall to wall carpet on the floor, and very nicely maintained. Very, very nicely maintained. Okay, so we'll continue to discuss from Srimad Bhagavatam. We completed till verse number 14th or 15th yesterday, where Vidura is showing his lalyam, his intense desire to hear topics of Krishna Katha. We did 14th, or we have to, recite 14th.
14 on.
14th we have done, or we have to do.
We have to do both.
Okay. So we see Vidurji is having so much of greed, so much of intense desire to hear more and more about Krishna Katha. Hmm. And Prabhupada talks about two types of Krishna Katha. One is Bhagavad Gita and the other is Srimad Bhagavatam. One is very beautiful purport. I will read it again. We must know for certain that on the absolute plane, Krishna Katha and Krishna are one and the same. The Lord is the absolute truth, and therefore His name, form, qualities, etc., which are all understood to be Krishna Katha, are non-different from Him. The Bhagavad Gita being spoken by the Lord is as good as the Lord Himself. See, this is Bhagavatam purport. Prabhupada is glorifying Bhagavad Gita. When a sincere devotee reads the Bhagavad Gita, this is as good as seeing the Lord face to face in His personal presence. But this is not so for the mundane wrangler. All the potencies of the Lord are there when one reads the Bhagavad Gita, provided it is read in the way commanded in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord Himself. One cannot foolishly manufacture an interpretation of the Bhagavad Gita and bring about the transcendental benefit. Anyone who tries to squeeze some artificial meaning or interpretation from the Bhagavad Gita for an ulterior motive is not Shraddhana Pumsaha. This would be the verse. It says Sa Shraddhanasya Vivardhamana Viraktim Anyatra Karoti Pumsaha Hare Padanusmriti Nivritasya Samast Dukha Apayam Ashudhate. For one who is anxious to engage constantly in hearing such topics, Krishna Katha gradually increases his indifference towards all other things. Such constant remembrance of the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna by a devotee who has achieved transcendental bliss vanquishes all his miseries without delay. So Prabhupada is saying that who is a Sadhana Pumsaha, who does not try to misinterpret. Such a person cannot derive any benefit from reading the Bhagavad Gita, however a great scholar he may be in the estimation of a layman. The Shraddhana or a faithful devotee can actually derive all the benefits of the Bhagavad Gita because by the omnipotency of the Lord, he achieves the transcendental bliss which vanquishes attachment and nullifies all concomitant material miseries. Only the devotee, by his factual experience, can understand the import of this verse spoken by Vidura. Only the devotee by his factual experience can understand the import of this verse spoken by Vidura. The pure devotee of the Lord enjoys life by constantly remembering the lotus feet of the Lord by hearing Krishna Katha. See what it means to remember the lotus feet of the Lord. Clearly, a pure devotee of the Lord enjoys life by constantly remembering the lotus feet of the Lord by hearing Krishna Katha. For devotee, there is no such thing in material existence, and the much advertised bliss of Brahmanand is like a fig for the devotee within the midst of the transcendental ocean of bliss. Okay. Ramya had asked the question yesterday of the bliss of Brahmanand. तत्सोचया तत्सोच्य सोचयान अविदो अनुशोचे हरिर्कथायां विमुखान घेन शिनोति देवो अनिमिनि अनिमिषास्ते येषाम् आयुर्व्रथा गतगति स्मृतीनाम. O sage, persons who, because of their sinful activities, are averse to the topics of the transcendence and thus ignorant of the Mahabharata, purpose the Bhagavad Gita, are pitied by the pitiable. Wow. Tan shoche shochayan avida anushoche. They are pitied by the pitiable. Very poetic. I also pity them because I see how their duration of life is spoiled by eternal time, while they involve themselves in presentations of philosophical speculations, theoretical ultimate goal of life, and different modes of rituals. According to the modes of material nature, there are three kinds of relationship between human being and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just hear very attentively. Those who are in the mode of ignorance and passion are averse to the existence of God, or else they formally accept the existence of God of an order supplier. Above this second class of men believe the Supreme Brahman to be impersonal. Cult of bhakti in which hearing of Krishna Katha is the first rite. Above them are those who are pure devotees. They are situated in the transcendental stage above the mode of material goodness. Such persons are dedicatedly convinced that the name, form, fame, qualities, etc. of the personality of Godhead are on the absolute plane and thus non different from one another. For these persons, hearing the topic of Krishna is equal to meeting him face to face. Wow. According to this class of men situated in pure devotional stage, what is the difference between first and second class? We will ask that, okay. According to this class of men situated in pure devotional service of the Lord, such devotional service is the Purushartha, the highest goal of human life and its real mission. The impersonal is because they engage in mental speculation and have no faith in the personality of Godhead, have no business hearing the topics of Krishna Katha. Such persons are pitiable for the first class pure devotees of the Lord. The pitiable impersonalists pity those who are influenced by the modes of ignorance and passions. But the pure devotees of the Lord take pity on both classes of men because both waste their most valuable time in the human form of life in false pursuits, namely sense enjoyment and mental speculative presentations of different theories and goals of life. Understood? Hmm? हाँ तन सोच सोच्यान अविदो अनुशोचे है हरि कथायाम विमुख अघेना. This is the one class of men who are Hari Kathaya Vimukhan. Who are this? These are karmis, hmm, who are in pursuit of material enjoyment and material gains. They are averse. They are always averse to the existence of the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or they consider Krishna to be the order supplier. So they are in which mode? They are in the mode of ignorance and passion. And those who are in the mode of goodness, their realization is the impersonal form of Brahman. But they also do not accept the personal feature. And above them are the pure devotees. So pure devotees, they see that both are wasting their life. Okay. Tadasya Kausharava, this is a new name. Tadasya Kausharava Sharmadatur Harer Kathameva Katha Susaram Udhritya Pushpebhya Ivirat Bandho Shivasya na Kirtaya Tirtha Kirtehe. O Maitreya, O friend of the distressed, the glories of the Supreme Lord alone can do good for people all over the world. Just as bees collect honeys from flowers, kindly describe the essence of all topics, the topics of the Lord. See how he is building up. Hmm. To be able to hear Krishna Katha, one should be able to know the value, how he is building up, how he is uh, motivating and instigating Maitreya to speak. O friend of the distress, the glories of the Supreme Lord can alone do good for people all over the world. Therefore, just as bees collect honey from flowers, kindly describe the essence of all topics, the topics of the Lord. Very precise, to the point. He wants to hear. Why? Because there are many topics for different persons and different modes of material nature, but the essential topics are those in relationship with the Supreme Lord. Unfortunately, materially affected conditioned souls are all more or less averse to the topics of the Supreme Lord because some of them do not believe in the existence of God and some of them believe only in the impersonal feature of the Lord. So Prabhupada is carrying the purport from the last verse. In both cases, there is nothing for them to say of God. Both the non believers and the impersonalists deny the essence of all topics. Therefore, they engage in topics of relativity in various ways, either in sense gratification or in mental speculation. Sense gratification are karmis and mental speculators are the jnanis. For the pure devotee like Vidura, the topics of both the mundanas and the mental speculators are useless in all respects. Thus, Vidura requested Maitreya to talk only of the essence, Krishna, and nothing else. What is a devotee? He is a sargrahi. Hmm. And what he is collecting here? What is the sar? Is the honey. He is collecting the, is saying saram. Harer katham eva kathasu saram. So he wants to hear only the Harikatha and also in the Harikatha the essence. Essence. So just as bees collect honey from flowers, kindly describe the essence of all topics, the topics of the Lord. सविश्व जन्म स्थितिया सामान्य अर्थे कृतावतारा प्रगृहीत शक्ति चकार कर्माणि अति पुरुषुनानि यानीश्वर कीर्तया तानि मह्यम. Kindly chant all those superhuman transcendental activities of the Supreme Controller, the personality of Godhead. स विश्व जन्म स्थिति सामान्य अर्थे कृतावतार प्रगृहीत शक्ति ही. So please chant all those superhuman transcendental activities of the Supreme Controller, the personality of Godhead, who accepted incarnations fully equipped with all potency for the full manifestation and maintenance of the cosmic creation. Huh? Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam. So he wants to know all the divya karmas of Krishna. Sa vishwa janma sthiti samanya arthe कृतावतारः परिगृहित शक्ति चकार कर्माणि अति पुरुषानि सुपर ह्यूमन यानी ईश्वर कीर्तया तानि मह्यम. So please explain, please chant. Krishna says Janam Karma Chame Divyam. But here is the personality Vidura who wants to know all the Divya Karma of Krishna in his various incarnations and expansions. Vidura was undoubtedly very eager to hear about the Lord in particular, but he was overwhelmed because Lord Krishna had just passed away from the visible world. He therefore wanted to hear about him in his Purusha incarnations. Purusha incarnation means creation, material creation. The three Vishnus are but an extensions of the activities of the Lord. This hint was given by Vidura to Maitreya because Maitreya could not decide which part of the activities of Lord Krishna should be chanted. Okay, so these are the questions, the inquiry, the inquisitiveness, the desires of Vidura, which has been presented to Maitreya Muni. And Shukadev Goswami further says, Sri Shuka Uvacha Sa Evam Bhagavan Prishtaha Shattara Kausharavo Muni Pumsani Shriye Arthena Tamahu Bahumanyamanam Manayan Tamahu Bahumanayan Sa Evam Bhagavan Prishtaha. To whom Bhagavan is being said here? Who is being addressed as Bhagavan? Hmm? स एवं भगवान पृष्ठ. Manoram, who is being addressed as Bhagwan?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Here, it is indicated towards the sage Maitreya Muni.
Sometimes in Srimad Bhagavatam, who else is referred as Bhagwan?
Payasdev also.
Okay. And others can also participate. They can also answer. Narad Muni, even Shukadev Goswami. Pure devotees are sometimes also referred as Bhagwan, but they do not become Bhagwan. Huh? Sukdev Goswami said the great sage Maitreya Muni, after honoring Vidura very greatly. See the etiquette. So student is Vidura and teacher is Maitreya. The great sage Maitreya Muni, after honoring Vidura very greatly, began to speak at Vidura's request for the greatest welfare of all people. The great sage Maitreya Muni is described here as Bhagwan because he surpassed all ordinary human beings in learning and experience. Thus, his selection of the greatest welfare service for the world is considered authoritative. The all inclusive welfare service for the entire human society is devotional service to the Lord, and as requested by Vidura, the sage describes the same very appropriately. Maitri Vacha Sadhu Prishtam Tvaya Sadho Lokan Sadhu Anugrahanata Kirtam Vitanvata Loke Atmano Adhokshaja Atmana. See, very beautiful. How he is honoring, how the great sage Madhriya is honoring Vidur by addressing him as Sadhu Prishtam Tvaya Sadhu. Who also addressed like this? Sadhu Prishtam? Hmm? You remember? Sadhu Prishtam Tvaya Sadhu. So the first thing is saying that, oh Vidura, all glories unto you. Sadhu is all good and you are also sadhu. Sadhu means one who is desiring for the goods of other. You have inquired from me about the greatest of all goodness. And thus you have shown your mercy both to the world and to me because your mind is always absorbed in the thoughts of the transcendence. So he is acknowledging that by asking me the questions related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, His transcendental pastimes, His superhuman activities, you are showing mercy to me as well as for others. You remember? The same kind of address was made in Srimad Bhagavatam before. Sadhu Prishtam. Who remembers where? Yes or no? कहाँ हुआ था? बताइए. नहीं याद है? यस रविंद्र प्रभु.
मुझे एग्जैक्टली याद नहीं। सुखदेव गोस्वामी परीक्षित महाराज को पता है।
यस सुखदेव गोस्वामी परीक्षित महाराज को भी बोल रहे हैं. और कौन किसको बोल रहा है? और सूत गोस्वामी सारे सेजस को भी बोल रहे हैं. ध्यान से देखो. श्लोक निकालो मनोरम. व्हाट आर दोस वर्सेस? साधु पृष्ठम महाभागा. This is in the 10th canto, actually. 10th canto. Sadhu Prishtam Mahabhaga Tvaya Bhagavata Uttama 10:13:1. Open. Quickly, Prabhu. 10:13:1. Yeah. Sukadev Goswami is saying to Parikshit Maharaj, same thing. Sadhu Prishtam Mahabhaga Tvaya Bhagavata Uttama. Here for Maitreya Muni, Bhagwan is being used, and here Sukadev Goswami is addressing Parikshit Maharaj as Bhagavad Uttamaha. The best of the devotees of Lord Krishna, Bhagavad Uttama. Yat Nutana Ashishasya Shravanapi Katham Muhu. So the translation. Sri Shukdev Goswami said, O best of devotees, most fortunate Parikshit, you have inquired very nicely. For although constantly hearing the pastimes of the Lord, you are receiving his activities to be newer and newer. So here this is it, Sadhu Prishtaha. Sadhu Prishta is, I am very much honored by your inquiry. It's so glorious. You can close it. Many other places also Sadhu Prishtam is there. It's so glorious that the inquirer, by his asking the question, he is making the speaker glorious, himself glorious, and the hearer also glorious. This is Pariprashnena Sevaya. Hmm. So we should not be just, you know, plain hearers. We should hear with proper attention to inquire very relevant questions so that the flow of nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam can be revealed. Okay, we continue. मैत्रेय उवाच साधु पृष्ठं त्वया साधो लोकान् स्वाधु अनुग्रहणात् कीर्तिं वितन्वता लोके आत्मनो अधोक्षज आत्मना. Sri Maitreya said, O Vidur, all goodie unto you. You have inquired from me about the greatest of all goodness, and thus you have shown mercy both to the world and me, because your mind is always absorbed in thoughts of the transcendence. Maitre Muni, who was experienced in the science of transcendence, could understand that Vidura's mind was fully absorbed in the transcendence. Adhokshaja means that which transcends the limit of sense perception or sensuous experience. The Lord is transcendental to our sense experience, but he reveals himself to the sincere devotee. Because Vidura was always absorbed in thought of the Lord, Maitri could estimate Vidura's transcendental value. He appreciated the valuable inquiries of Vidura and thus thanked him with great honor. Maybe tomorrow I'm not able to take the class, I will be traveling back. So I don't know. If I get opportunity, I will definitely join in. I'll take two more verses. What is the time? 9:15. कितना हुआ है वहाँ? हाँ, 5-10 मिनट और लेते हैं. ये 20 तक वर्स कर लेते हैं. नायतक चित्रम त्वयि शतर बादरायण विरयजे बादरायण वीर्यजे ग्रहीतो अनन्य भावेन यत्त्वया हरिरीश्वरा. O Vidra, it is not at all wonderful that you have so accepted the Lord without deviation of thought, for you were born from the semen of Vyasadeva. Now, so this Maitreya Muni is glorifying his lineage. Hmm. Maitreya Muni and Vyasadeva are good friends. We discussed previously. They are very good old friends. The value of great parentage and noble birth is evaluated here in connection with the birth of Vidur. The culture of our human beings began when the father invests in semen in the womb of the mother. According to his status of work, a living entity is placed in a particular father's semen. And because Vidura was not an ordinary living entity, he was given the chance to be born from the semen of Vyasa. The birth of a human being is a great science, and therefore, reformation of the act of impregnation according to the Vedic ritual is called Garbhadhan Sanskar. Is very important for generating good population. Otherwise, what will come? If there is no Garbhadhan Sanskar, what will come? Varna Sankara. Varna Sankara Jayate. The problem is not to check the growth of the population, but to generate good population on the level of Vidura, Vyasa, and Maitreya. There is no need to check the growth of population if the children are born as human beings with all precautions regarding their birth. So called birth control is not only vicious but also useless. Mandavya Sapad Bhagavan Praja Samyamano Yamaha Bhartu Kshetre Bhujashyaya Jata Satyavati Sutta. So this lineage is coming. I know that you are now Vidur due to the cursing of Mandavya Muni. Hmm. Who had remembered this? That who is Vidur? He is from coming from Mandavya Muni? Ryanshi. Ryanshi told us that it is the curse of Mandavya Muni. Who did Mandavya Muni curse? भाग्यशयनी. मंडव्य मुनि ने किसको कर्ज किया था?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद।
बोलिए।
प्रभु जी, उद्धव जी।
क्या सुनती हो आप? उद्धव कहाँ से आ गए? अभी मैंने बताया, रियांशी ने इसको पहले आंसर दे चुकी है हमें, पढ़ भी दिया मैंने। बताओ प्रदीप, whom did Mandavya Muni curse?
यमराज।
Yes, Yamraj. And that Yamraj has now become Vidur. उद्धव कहाँ से आ गए? उद्धव को कौन कर्ज कर सकता है? पता है उद्धव कौन है? जो उद्धव को कर्ज करेगा वो खुद ही कर्ज हो जाएगा। ध्यान से सुनो, ध्यान से सुनो। I know that you are now Vidura due to the cursing of Mandavya Muni, and formerly you are King Yamraj, the great controller of living entities after their death. You were begotten by Satyavati's son Vyasadev in the kept wife of his brother. Mandavya Muni was a great sage, 113.1. Detail is given there. And Vidura was formerly the controller Yamraj, who takes charge of the living entities after death. Birth, maintenance, and death are three conditional states of the living entities who are within the material world. As the appointed controller after death, Yamraj once tried Mandavya Muni for an act of cruelty in his childhood and ordered him to be pierced with a lance. Hmm. Mandavya, being angry at Yamraj for awarding him undue punishment, cursed him to become a Shudra, member of the less intelligent laborer class. Thus, Yamraj took birth from the womb of a kept wife of Vichitta Virya by way of the semen of Vichitta Virya's brother Vyasadev. Vyasadev is the son of Satyavati by the great sage Parashar, and Vichitta Virya is the son of the same Satyavati by the great king Shantanu, the father of Bhishma Dev. This mysterious history of Vidura was known to Maitreya Muni because he happened to be the contemporary friend of Vyasadeva. In spite of Vidura's birth from the womb of a kept wife, because he had otherwise high parentage and great connection, he inherited the highest talent of becoming a great devotee of the Lord. To take birth in such a great family is understood to be an advantage for attaining devotional life. Vidura was given this chance due to his previous greatness. Okay, so I'll stop here today. Hmm. So we see the great eagerness, laulyam, in the heart of Vidura to hear Krishna Katha. Although he has previously heard from Vyasadeva directly, his father, but his desire to hear more is more intense. And we see the qualified speaker, that is Maitri Muni, how he is appreciating and encouraging Vidura. So this is the flow of Bhagavatam. Both have to be very qualified. The hearer, the speaker. And also those who receive it, those who hear it, they become glorified. You are hearing Dayashil? Do your service impeccably. Just after the class is over, post the class. If at least even few souls here, they will be benefited. Don't do any kind of, you know, negligence in this. Just as the class is over, please post it. Please put the numbers, the right verse number and the date. Directly, we are not able to give our heart to Krishna, but indirectly, if we do service, we will get the benefit. Some other soul will hear. You're getting? And why you are not host? Every day you give invitation. Now, what is the difficulty with you? Can you not give invitation? It is 5 minute job so that you can become host. Then why you are waiting every day? The problem with us is we don't want to do the service. This is the conditioned soul's perennial problem. He also always try to see that if somebody else will do the service, then he can, avoid. What avoid? Avoid to be purified from the conditioned state. This lethargy should come out. Okay, anyone has any question? So please ask.
Prabhuji, what is kept wife? Kept wife?
Kept wise, previously there was a system in the Kshatriyas. When they were getting married, so along with the princess, there were many of his mistress also coming. She was not coming alone. And in the Kshatriyas, they were not restricted to one wife. They were enjoying the princess also and their mistress also. So Vyasadev, he conceived 3 sons. You know that, na? One became Vichitravirya. Sorry, one became Dhritarashtra, one Pandu, one Dhritarashtra, and the other Vidur. So with the 2 princes, who were the uh, wife for Vichitravirya, it was all Vichitravirya only, na? That Bhishma Dev abducted Ambalika. Ramya?
जी प्रभु जी, अम्बा अम्बालिका अंबिका तो अम्बा तो दिस श्रीखंडी बन गई, बाकी अंबिका और अंबालिका जो है वो विजया विजय की वाइफ बन।
हाँ, तो इन दोनों वाइफ से क्या मिले? एक से धृतराष्ट्र मिला, एक से पांडु मिला। और जो दासी थी उससे they got Vidur. Because the curse was there. That he had to become, Jamraj had to become a Shudra. So how he could become Shudra? Because he was a very powerful Yamaraj. He is Mahajan. So from the semen of Vyasadev, in the womb of Shudrani, he was born. So that is why all the time Duryodhan was cursing and insulting that he is a Shudra. He is a Sutputra. He is born from the womb of a Shudrani, a kept, a mistress. Okay. But actually, the Bhagavatam is glorifying that his seminal father is Vyasadev. So Maitreya Muni is glorifying. He knows that who is this original personality. He is none other than Yamraj or Dharmaraj. Okay, I'll stop here. It is getting late. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमन।